Hey everyone, welcome to Untitled Games. My name's Simon, and today we're taking a look at Rubek, which is a very cheap and aesthetically minimal puzzle game, which reminds me of several amalgamations of different types of puzzle games altogether. And what we'll do is we'll go back to the beginning because it's easier to do that, just so that I can explain some of the mechanics to the game itself. Which actually cleverly, I really like the way how this game opens. So it opens in a tutorial level where it tells you how to move stuff around, which is quite cool. But you control this little block and you have to click and drag it, or you can use the arrow keys. But I find because it's isometric, sometimes you get confused as to where you want to go. And essentially, your 6 sides start off white and you need to roll them onto these little things here. In fact, let's do it as opposed to pointing. And then that will change that side to the colour that you've rolled on. And then you need to be able to do that to get past these points, which will only let you do it if your matching colour hits the tile that it's on, then get to the finish. And you need to do that within a set amount of moves to get 3 stars, slightly less for 2, slightly less for 1. So an extremely simple mechanic, and especially around the first few levels, you're very much guided into what you think you should be doing. So this is a very good example of that, of you can't go wrong if you kind of follow it one way and get it wrong, then you just go the other way. And so Rubik is very, very good in being able to get you to understand the parameters in which the puzzle world works, and the concept of it gets all the harder. So if I'd have landed onto that, that would change that back to white again. So it's just making sure that you go round on this one, so that you hit everywhere that you can do. Occasionally you do get a bit annoyed with the mouse controls, because quite often where you're clicking and dragging, especially if you want to get across a large space, like what I've just done there, I was trying to click up and it's gone down, so it's just sometimes you're a bit like but you've got this back button here which works once or twice, I think, and then it starts to count your moves as removes anyway. So here it's starting to teach you about rolling the dice around. So if you've done cube games before, a lot of this will feel quite familiar to you. It doesn't really do tons new, it's just it does it in a very minimal and pleasing manner. And I like the way how it introduces some mechanics. And there you go, you start to see like the how can I roll the colours onto my dice or cube so that I can then start to do a roll of stuff. And so it continuously builds as it goes along. So if I come out of this and back to where I'm currently stuck in chapter 2, I've not got far. As you can see, you've got 8 chapters down there, so plenty of stuff to get you keeping and going with. And obviously the 3 stars are helpful. Now, it could be because I'm recording this at 3:23 in the morning, so that it's nice and quiet and my nutty neighbour does not try and scream at my front door as he has done most of this week. But now you can kind of see a little bit more about how the puzzles are more interesting and interconnected. So it's a how do I get myself to go round? So I've got the red one there, I can try and get the blue one there. But if I go across, I lose the blue one. So we're not looking at stars here, we're just looking at so keep the blue one. Oh, have I just solved it all by myself? There we go! Oh, and the game crashed. No, it didn't. It just flicked to desktop for a second. Don't mind me. It was so annoyed that I'd done something. And here we go. More colours, more complexity. So, what have we got here? So again, doing this because that's just going to go white. I'm going to need two side by side. So yeah, you go around the houses, then you'd be able to flick it. Right. Then the green. The red. I don't need the blue anymore, but I do need the green. And the red. Done. There we go. So it's just looking at your surroundings, understanding what you should and shouldn't be doing, and continuing on from there. I'm only in like the first quarter of the game, and it's simple enough. But as you can see there, I now need to get 2 blues. So it's how do I get 2 blues without it going horribly wrong? I'm assuming that's a go roundy jobby. And that gives me the 2 blues. No, it doesn't at all. Probably people that are sitting there screaming away at me going, "What are you doing, Simon? You're just a bit rubbish." That's better. So, not looking at moves there. Eventually we got round there, and I knew what I needed to do. It was just making sure that I got there to the end. So hopefully this shows you the kind of the way that the complexity of the game goes. You also have, and you can see here with these things where stuff's being raised and lowered. You can climb up walls. You can also hit buttons that start to move cubes up and down, and that then affects how many rolls it is for you to get around certain paths as well. So I just demonstrated here with this. So instead of just being an up one, you've got an up and a downy kind of thing. So it just slightly affects how you go about your day. So that is Rubik, available on Steam. I think it's 79p. So again, extremely reasonable. I'm just doing stuff here now just so that you can see it. But yeah, I give this a nice hearty thumbs up. It's not going to change the world, but if you want something that is to relax you at the end of the day, I could see this doing quite well on mobile as well if it's not already out on mobile. But yeah, a nice, solid, quick, simple, easy and cheap puzzler. You guys will take care, and thank you very much for watching here on High Playing Games. Bye for now.